learn Chinese way harder. And I have been doing the business with Greater China and India for approximately 23 years. I started my career in Taiwan in 1982, studying Mandarin in a scholarship for the Taiwanese government. And then from there, I worked in Taiwan in the high-tech microcomputer manufacturing industry, the decade of the 80s. Came back to America in 93, late 92, reinvented myself as a wireless specialist. Past 5 years, I've been in mobile devices. I eat, sleep, and drink these things. I hope this doesn't turn on as I talk about it. Basically, I focus my energies now in hard and software technologies for mobile devices. I deal with the Taiwanese, Chinese, South Korean, Japanese, and Indian handset manufacturers, of which there are a lot. Tonight's presentation, we will talk about Greater China, 大中华. We will talk about the non-transparency in China with the development of its WiMax sector, and we'll also talk about the very transparent situation in Taiwan now with WiMax, planned WiMax deployment, at least bidding for WiMax in less than a month. Next. This is this evening's presentation. I know it's quite long, but basically we'll focus a bit more on China, and then we'll tie in Taiwan later. Next. Now, does anybody know what WiMax actually means? What does it mean?
Wireless interoperability for microwave access?
Actually, believe it or not, it's worldwide interoperability of microwave access. And unfortunately, it's not worldwide. But it will be, and that's the goal. There are a bunch of countries now that are focusing heavily on WiMax. The United States is the biggest developed country focusing on WiMax, but in actuality, South Korea has been leading the development of mobile WiMax technology. They have a technology or a subset of WiMax called Vibro. Operates in the 2.3 gig frequency range in South Korea. The technology is easily adoptable to 2.5 gig, which is the most operable frequency for WiMax technology. You see in the United States with Clearwire, Sprint, Nextel, and another company here called Next Wave Wireless. They're going to be deploying mobile WiMax. Clearwire right now does not have mobile WiMax. It's pre-WiMax. It's a technology that was bought by Motorola. Motorola will, of course, replace that technology and put in their next generation of WiMax technology, hence the reason to buy the company that Clearwire was originally working on. Motorola bought into that company, as did Intel about a year ago. Invested, I think it's $900 million into this. Anyway, you have Germany and, of course, Japan also. But the situation here is there are actually already 400 commercial deployments of WiMax. Is it all for mobile WiMax? No. Is it for fixed WiMax? Some. Some of it's also for backhaul. So it's not being used for basically commercial deployment to give to end users. A lot of it. Next. Oh, I'm sorry, go back one more again. Sorry about that. What's interesting to note here, though, is the uptake is going to actually start to occur globally around 2008. Starting in 2007, 2008, by 2010, everybody in the world will know what WiMax is. A lot of people in the world have no clue about what WiMax is, and Sprint is about to deploy it nationwide in America. Next. I call this one Dragon Chips. There are a bunch of companies down here that have the silicon to take WiMax and put it on not just a form factor for a notebook, but ultra-mobile PCs, and eventually these guys here. What we're talking about eventually is a mobile device that has WiMax for metro roaming, Wi-Fi for in-building coverage, and 2.5G or 3G mostly for voice and simple data messaging like text, SMS messaging services. So the